Hello, this is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. Today I have a chance to look at the AT&T HTC Pure, which was actually launched a couple days early by AT&T for $149 after contract, 2-year contract and rebates. And this is the first Windows Mobile 6.5 carrier subsidized device I think that we see available in the United States. It is a version of the HTC Touch Diamond2 with a very high resolution display, and one thing I found with it is it's been extremely responsive and hasn't lagged even when I have had upwards of 10 or more applications running on it at one time. Now, as we can see here, this is the start screen by default. It is the T-Mobile or the HTC TouchFlow 3D. It doesn't show you the Windows Mobile 6.5 sliding panels kind of display. You can go into your settings and for the Today screen settings, uncheck the TouchFlow 3D and go back to more Windows Mobile 6.5, which I will show here in a second. The TouchFlow 3D that's on here has your same things that you've seen before: people, text messages, email, and there's an AT&T screen here. And as we can see, what it is it's a tab full of the AT&T bloatware. Now there are actually some useful applications in here. However, mobile web just means Internet Explorer, App Center, AT&T Music, mobile video. A bunch of it really doesn't mean anything other than subscription services, which will cost you more money. Then we've got the Internet, which is actually the Internet Explorer 6.1 browser, which actually is an update in Windows Mobile 6.5, and even better than the one that I see on the T-Mobile Touch Pro 2 with some a little bit better functionality. I'll show you that in a second as well. Calendar, stocks, camera, music, the weather application, and some settings, and then finally the programs, which is a place you can customize and have a program launcher. One thing that's nice in the settings, in this, especially in this implementation, is you can drag your items to rearrange. You can uncheck and say done. Now if you do that, uncheck that AT&T one, we can hide the AT&T tab in the TouchFlow 3D implementation. So as I slide across, you can see there is no longer an AT&T tab. Now if I press start button or the start menu, we're taken to the new Windows Mobile 6.5, which I've commented on is not very good because it only allows you to take an application and move it to the top. So I guess you can move all of your best applications on this main screen, so when you scroll down you don't see all the other junk. There is no way to customize where you place these. There's no way to remove them. Although I did find if you go into File Explorer and in the Windows, you can remove the shortcuts, and if you delete those shortcuts it will delete it from the screen, but it's not for the end user necessarily. So just taking some of the bloatware here is the games. So then we see these games you might think, oh, we get Miss Pac-Man and all these other games. Well, actually they're just trials, and then the AT&T as you pay for them later. And there's things like the App Center, which are AT&T's Java apps and Wi-Fi management. Just a bunch of bloatware which does not need to be on the device. One thing I'm very disappointed in, actually, and I should have mentioned this, and maybe I'll go back in my Windows Mobile 6.5, is the search has not changed. We have the same old search engine for the device, which is just unacceptable at this point. And let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to show the settings. So we go into the settings here. I believe it's personal. Let's see, maybe not. Must be, oh, there's today. So if I go into today and then I go to uncheck the TouchFlow 3D. Now let's see if we go to home. Now if I tap on today, it should go to, maybe I didn't properly select. Let me go to my settings here again. Today, items. I guess I do need to select some items, huh? Let's see what Windows Default does for me. Okay, so we go back here to start, today. There we go. So then you have the Windows Mobile 6.5 implementation, which, as I mentioned, is very similar to the sliding panels that we see on 6.1 devices. So let's go ahead and bounce up. Where is Internet Favorites? Let's go to Internet Explorer. So as you can see, Internet Explorer has changed. Now we have this little bar here that pops out the menu system. Tap it again, there's a more touch-friendly menu system. We have tools, which is the same. View is a bit different. There's a mobile and a desktop version that you can toggle between. There's the text size. As you can see, it's medium right now. We also have copy, paste, make your selection and paste. And so a few updates. One thing you'll find is pages are generally appear quite well. However, they do require a bit more scrolling than you may have been used to without scroll bars. Okay, so that's a look at the software on the HTC Pure from AT&T. I kind of forgot to walk around the hardware. So we have, similar to the Touch Pro 2 on other carriers, which is also coming to AT&T as the HTC Tilt 2, we have the slider zoom bar here, and then below that we've got a send key, end key, a start menu, which gets us to this main start menu, and then a back button along the bottom. It's all glossy black. It is kind of a fingerprint magnet, but as you can see, it is quite narrow. It feels good in your hand, and the screen is absolutely brilliant and high resolution. On the left side, we have our volume toggles there, and again, glossy black finish. On the other side, we see there's a stylus silo down below with a speaker grill on the upper right side. On the top, we have our power button, and then on the back, we have a 5-megapixel camera with no flash, but there's the camera. And if you were to slide up the top, I believe, I haven't actually taken the, there we go. We've got our battery on the back, and actually that's a very durable back cover there. And there we see Internet Explorer, just so you have an idea. As you can see, that's the full internet, which is nice to finally see in Internet Explorer. So it will rival, and Opera Mobile 9.5 is also included on there. So it's a nice browser. There is a not multi-touch. This is a resistive screen. That's something nice to see. For somebody looking for a, I don't know if I show the lock, which is again a Windows Mobile 6.5 thing. There we see. For a person looking for a very rather inexpensive touchscreen only device without a keyboard, this is a nice option. There is, this needs to be some updates with Windows Mobile as far as diving into some of these menus and customizing this start screen. 150 subsidized is quite a nice price for this device. I personally don't plan to get one myself, just because I have other ideas in mind with Android and things like that. So that's a look at the HTC Pure from AT&T.